Welcome to the channel, everyone. Jimmy or Chaos, and welcome to the new Every Class series. This is the series where we take a Call of Duty title and we pick the best weapon in every class, or we pick the worst weapon in every class. We just got done with Black Ops 2 if you want to check those out, and now we are on to Black Ops 3. So if you enjoy this series and the content, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you have those notifications fully turned on. And Black Ops 3 is widely seen as the best Call of Duty game of the Jetpack era. It's one of the best Call of Duty games ever. I've gone on record saying it's one of the best COD games of all time. In today's video, we're going to continue the Every Class series. We're going to talk about my picks for the best weapon in every single class of Black Ops 3 multiplayer, meaning we are going to pick the best assault rifle, the best SMG, sniper rifle, LMG, shotgun, pistol, launcher, all of it. And to be clear, we're going to be looking at launch weapons in this video because if we were including DLC weapons, let's be honest with each other, half the list would just be supply drop guns, and that seemed unfair to me because a lot of people from Black Ops 3 never got to get those, which that's a video for another day. So you let me know, what are your thoughts on Black Ops 3? Drop a like on the video, and let's get started. We're going to start off in the best assault rifle class, right? We got to start off with the ARs, the M8A7. The M8A7 was the last assault rifle you unlocked in Black Ops 3, but it was well worth it. Much like the M8A1 from Black Ops 2, the M8A7 was a 4-round burst, some insane killing potential, but it did have a bit of a learning curve. But that learning curve was rewarded. Once you got the hang of the fire rate and the reload timing, this thing was a monster. The 4 shots would come out of the barrel extremely quickly. You could get a 1-burst kill from basically anywhere on the map as long as you could stay on target, and you needed to aim above the waist. Now, there was a bit of a burst delay. It took some time to get used to, and that could lead to some over-under shooting when you first started using it. But once you got the hang of it, you could rip through the entire team with these. This thing was nasty. The M8A7 was a competitive rifle of choice. It was also heavily used by pub stompers, sweaty players alike. Everybody loved it. It was amazing up close. It was amazing at range. It actually took some skill to use effectively, so you didn't have to feel too bad going to sleep at night thinking, oh, I got wrecked by this thing. I mean, really. The Man of War may have been my favorite assault rifle in the game, but I think if we're talking raw stats, I think the M8A7 was king. You guys let me know if you agree or disagree. Next up is the best SMG. I'm going to go with the VMP, and thankfully the Black Ops 3 VMP wasn't nearly as broken as the Black Ops 4 version, but it was still a monster. Fired at just over 900 rounds per minute, would easily deal up to 30 damage per shot, which gave it a fantastic damage profile that went nicely with that 40-round default mag. The iron sights, super clean. I mean, they were. You didn't have to use the slot of your pick 10. You didn't have to grab a red dot. A lot of people still use the ELO, which I get it, to make it even easier to stay on target and melt people from mid-range, because even though it would take 4 to 5 shots to kill, the fire rate, the manageable recoil, I mean, it kept that time to kill extremely competitive. Plus, on top of all that, the cherry on top, people, was you had handling speeds that were excellent. You had the handling speeds of an SMG, right? So you could get in people's faces easily, melt them before they could react. The VMP was a fantastic weapon. And since it was one of your starting SMGs, who thought that one through? You saw it a lot. I totally get why Treyarch elected to remake it for Black Ops 4, but I still don't know why they decided to make it so powerful. A lot of us still haven't really forgiven them for that. I know every time I do a COD history video and we talk about the VMP, people just go off about the Black Ops 4 version. Now let's give a love to a class that doesn't get love. The LMG. The best LMG has to be the Dingo. Now, it has kind of a weird relationship with the Black Ops 3 community because I remember when the game came out. A lot of people thought the Dingo was hot garbage, but then as time went on, more and more people started realizing this gun's good, largely because it was so easy to use. Fired at 727 rounds per minute, it killed in 4 to 5 shots. Now, that doesn't sound impressive for a damage profile, but what made it shine? It was accurate. This thing was super easy to control, and the 80-round default magazine made it a spray and pray machine. Put extended mags on it if you wanted to get just really funny. You could bring your mag all the way to 122 rounds. 122 rounds, which is nuts. And the iron sight, super clean, so you could use it aggressively. You didn't have to sacrifice your attachment for that optic. Wasn't the most dignified gun to use in Black Ops 3. A lot of people actually thought it was cheap. But we're talking about the best all-around LMG in the game. I personally think it's worth the title. I do. I mean, it was brought back in COD Mobile, and if you boot up Black Ops 3 today, you'll quickly see why so many people loved it. Despite that lukewarm initial response from the community, it grew on you. And the name Dingo just kind of rolls off the tongue. You don't want to get killed by the Dingo. Now we talk about shotguns. Whew, this one's gonna upset people. The best shotgun in Black Ops 3, hands down, the 205 Breccia. You knew it was gonna be here. What do you want me to do? I mean, as much as I would love to put the Argus or the KRM here, I have to be honest with myself and you guys. It's pretty clear the Breccia was the best shotgun in the game, despite how much we hated it. Semi-automatic shotgun, huge magazine, ridiculous range, almost always killing in 2 to 3 shots. You already know the story. Fire rate was generous. I mean, it was for a weapon like this. Wasn't uncommon to see people just running around the map spamming the right trigger of their controller to get dozens of kills, literally with no effort. Black Ops 3 community was constantly asking Treyarch to nerf the Brecci. Just please, one nerf, right? But for some reason, they never did. Ever. Not once did they adjust the damage of the Brecci or adjust the range to make the magazine smaller or slow down the reload animation or anything else to make it more fair. I mean, all of those would have been well-deserved nerfs. But none of them happened, so the Brecci remained one of the most popular guns in the game because of how stupidly easy it was to dominate entire lobbies. I hated it. I did. You hated it, but it was the best shotgun in the game. So here it is, on this list, today. We've talked about that gun so much. It haunts us. Best sniper, Locus. I mean, when Black Ops 3 first launched, sniping was criticized heavily because Treyarch decided to delete the aim assist, which was an extremely controversial decision, especially since Black Ops 3 had the most advanced movement in any COD game to date. But as a way to compensate for the sniping being much more difficult this time around, Treyarch also gave us one of the best snipers in COD history. The Locus was your starting bolt-action sniper. Had some of the most ridiculous stats of any bolt-action weapon ever put in a Call of Duty game. 10-round magazine by default. Reload animation, pretty quick. Fire rate, super fast. Aim down sight animation, super quick. Idle sway, not really there. It was a one-shot kill machine from the waist up. So even though you didn't have aim assist when using the Locus, you were virtually always getting a one-shot kill when you connected with an enemy. It did. It rewarded you for putting in the time, getting good at learning how to predict people's movements in a game where that wasn't easy. Sniping was hard in Black Ops 3, but also extremely rewarding, and that's part of the reason why the sniping community in the game was so passionate. If somebody went on a spree with the Locus, in my opinion, they 100% deserved it. The rifle was nuts. Seriously, a 10-round one-shot kill sniper with a fast fire rate and basically no ADS sway, it's got to be the best. Now let's talk about pistols. Oh, the pistols. Oh, we did Black Ops 2 pistols, but we're in Black Ops 3. The RK5. This is actually one of my favorite burst weapons in Call of Duty history. The RK5, very familiar, right? 3-round burst pistol, extremely quick burst delay, super fast reload animation, and 100% vertical recoil. That's the key, my friends. Made it easy to stay on target, pop people in the head with the third shot of your burst. You just start from the belly button up and you go, which is super satisfying when you do it. It reminds me of the AK-47 from Black Ops, that bouncy recoil straight up. Made it capable of a one burst kill without headshots at close range, which when you did that, you just kind of looked around like, I'm not hacking. I'm not. Since the burst was coming out at over 900 rounds per minute, the theoretical time to kill was actually one of the fastest in the entire game. The RK5 was compared to the B23R, of course, from Black Ops 2. But this is a hot take. I think it was the better weapon overall. You had improved mobility in Black Ops 3, super low recoil on the weapon. Heck, wasn't that uncommon to see people running around with the RK5 as their primary, and I remember trying that myself a few times. I did. It was a totally viable playstyle. The RK5 was a monster. Definitely the best pistol in the game, at least at launch. Now, if we're counting DLC pistols, that would probably go to 1911? Maybe the Marshalls? I don't know, but we're not. We're only talking about launch weapons. RK5 wins. Speaking of launch, segue into the best launcher. Black Cell, hands down. Black Ops 3 only had 2 launchers on release date, but the Black Cell, easily the better of the 2. Lock-on launcher came with a ton of spare ammo, quick lock-on time, made it fantastic for shooting down every single score streak that came into the sky, and it went beyond that. When looking or locking onto an enemy streak, the Black Ops Cell display would actually tell you how many seconds were left on it, so you didn't have to waste a rocket on a UAV or a counter UAV that was about to leave the battlefield. The information was vital. It would also tell you if one of your teammates was locking onto the streak already, so that way you wouldn't have to run into this awkward situation where you and your teammate both fire a rocket at something at the same time, and one of you just wasted a shot. The Black Cell was smart. Yeah, I know. The XM launcher also did some of those things, but with how much ammo the Black Cell had, and how fine-tuned it was for taking down enemy streaks, I think these attributes shine much brighter than they did with the XM. I think the Black Cell was one of the best launchers in COD history, not just in Black Ops 3, and if you were running it, your team probably loved you. Everybody always wanted to have somebody on their team running the Black Cell and shooting down all the enemy UAVs and care package carriers. That's just the truth. So there you go. Let me know if you agree. Let me know your list. If you guys want to see the worst in each class for Black Ops 3, you let me know. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you soon.